Hey everyone, I found the verses. It is one verse. Well, there's more than one verse, but let's see. I think there's more than one verse, but now I lost it. Oh, right here. So the one verse is Romans 1:26 through 29. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the women, burned in their lust one toward another, and another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers. And verse 30, I'll go through 32. Backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who, knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them. Now, when God says that he gives them up unto vile affections, he's not making them sin. He's just, how should I put this? God, they don't want to change their mind of their unbelief to believing on him. They wanted to continue to do that. So he's just going to let them do it. Why? Because they don't want to change. And number two, God does not force anyone. That's why he's giving them up. Not because he's making them stumble, but because they don't want to change. They don't want to change. So that is why God is giving them up. And he's definitely not going to force them to not do those things, because God does not force anyone to do anything that people don't want to do. So he's just going to let them do it because, like I said, he's not going to force anyone. And now in Jude 1:15, Jude 1:15, 1 verse 15 and 16, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to read that one more time. And remember what when I talked about if there are those that accuse God of sinning, that he causes people to stumble. I'm going to read that one more time. to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. These are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lusts, and their mouth speaketh great swelling words, having men's persons in admiration because of advantage, which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. So if there are those that say that Jesus makes people sin, well, it's what it says in verse 15 in Jude 1. To execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. And in Romans chapter 3, what I read in my last video, verse 8, and not rather as we be slanderously reported, and as some affirm, that we say, let us do evil, that good may come, whose damnation is just. So that is what God's word says. He's going to execute judgment on all who have spoken, who had all, I'm going to rephrase this. He's going to execute judgment on all those who had hard speeches against him, that have been spoken against him. That is how serious it is. And so, so that is pretty much I have for you all today. And I hope you all have a blessed and safe day. And I will see you in the next video.